Hey, welcome back to my channel there, Budheads. Just wanted to quickly tell you about a documentary I just recently watched on Amazon Prime. It's called Recording in Progress. It was made in 2020 and it runs about an hour long, so it's very easy to digest in one setting there. Really what it is to look into the changing dynamics of the recording industry. The recording industry being studios and the profession surrounding that. Mixing, mastering, audio engineers, producers, so on and so forth. And really what has brought on great change for this industry is, the digital streaming market. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, the list goes on and on, right? But also how easy it is for schmucks like me to be able to build out a home studio, and that's something that they actually talk about as well, is what constitutes a studio. But people like me can fit out their garages or a bedroom in their homes and record music and really put it up online with a few clicks of a button. It really is that simple. And unfortunately, it's made it harder and harder for these professionals to make a living in the recording industry. Basically, where we're at today is that the old days of having to go to a fancy recording studio are over. That seemed to be kind of the benchmark of success, is to go to a really fancy acoustically set studio that's, well lit, inspires creativity, so on and so forth. But those days are kind of behind us now. Not to say that there aren't musicians and bands that are doing that. There certainly are, and definitely is my cat, as always, meowing when I start talking. Certainly that's people are still doing that, but unless you have the time and the resources to do that, it's very hard to get to that point, right? But really, back to the documentary, they discuss, the home recording aspect of things and just how it has saturated the music market digitally with different levels of quality, if you will. In particular, there's one gentleman there that, though he was choosing his words carefully, called a lot of what you hear in digital streaming quote-unquote shit. And that's just due to the immediacy of it. Certainly he wasn't calling the music shit, but he was calling the production side of things difficult for him in particular to listen to. Basically the point is that there is an art and a craft to mixing audio. And my take on it all is that if you're a musician or an artist trying to get your stuff out there, please do learn some of that. I'm certainly on that path myself, and by no means am I an expert. I have studies at the on YouTube and whatnot, but it gets me into the game to where I can communicate with others. I can try to mix myself, and I do, but whenever I have an opportunity to collab with somebody, I will take that as well. So if you're a musician or artist out there, please do learn some of that. It's very, very important. And then collaborative sites you can go to is SoundBetter, which is pushed by Spotify. There's another one called Online Recording Studio. And I'm sure there's many, many more out there where you can find a professional mixing audio engineer and a masterer or both to get your music to sound as top-notch as absolutely possible. And that's so important. With that said, I still don't have a lot of resources dedicated to that as well. So that's why I do mix a lot of my own music. I don't master my own music. I'll use services like Lander to do that, which is a very quick, cheap, and immediate way of getting my music mastered. Otherwise, I'll pay somebody to do it. Certainly, the dream is always to get into the studio, and I certainly hope to one day. But the way I'm doing it these days is in my garage home studio. I usually mix myself, have it mastered as I just described, and then I move on to the next song. I'd like to collab more with people, and certainly looking for opportunities to do that. Anyway, back to the main point of this video. Check out this documentary. Again, it's called Recording in Progress. I think it's well worth a watch if you're interested in the industry and progressing your music and your journey into mixing and audio engineering. And at this point, just with the way the world is in terms of technology, digital music streaming, and this internet landscape that we're all living in, it's pretty much unavoidable. So very well worth the watch, and very entertaining documentary. So go check it out on Amazon Prime. Again, recording in progress, made in 2020. It's about an hour long. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, guys, I appreciate a like and a follow. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification for when I post another video, so you'll know when that happens. And as always, Budheads, take care of yourselves out there, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.